It's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
A birthday wish from this weird choir.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Before you're old and you retire.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
What is empathy and why is it so important? Well, empathy is understanding and caring about someone else's pain and actually feeling what they're feeling without judgment. So, what is sympathy then? Sympathy is feeling sorry for someone else's pain, but not really feeling it as if it were your own. Basically, the main difference between empathy and sympathy is that in empathy, you share someone's pain, while in sympathy, you only see someone's pain. Empathy includes and connects, while sympathy doesn't. So, let's say your friend has just stubbed her toe. Practicing empathy would be where you actually remember how painful it is to stub your toe. And even if you've never stubbed your toe, lucky you, by the way. You'd imagine what it feels like to stub your toe and imagine how painful it would be in a non-judgmental way. If you were to say, "I'm so sorry you stubbed your toe, Stacy, but you really weren't looking where you were going," that would not be empathetic because you'd be judging her. When you're feeling truly empathetic, you don't think about how your friend got to that situation and if she might deserve it a little. You stay in the moment with her and truly feel what she's feeling in that moment. Sympathy, on the other hand, is feeling sorry for someone but not really understanding what they're going through. So, in the above example, if you were sympathetic but not empathetic when Stacy stubbed her toe, you might say something like, "I'm so sorry you stubbed your toe, Stacy, but at least you were wearing your boots and not your flip-flops." By saying, "at least you wore your boots," you are trying to help by showing her that things could be worse. But at that moment, when Stacy is in a whole lot of pain, hearing something like that probably wouldn't be helpful. In fact, it might make her mad. Sympathy can also come with judgment because you haven't truly placed yourself in Stacy's position, and so you might judge her for not looking where she's going or walking too fast. Being sympathetic to someone's pain is great. After all, you're caring enough to feel bad for them. But being empathetic allows you to really connect with someone and truly be there for them. Empathy means feeling what someone else is feeling. So whether you say kind words to them to make them feel better, hug them, or just stay close to them, whatever you do is genuine and they feel it. And just that fact that they have someone who truly understands what they're feeling will make them feel better.
Good morning. Today's compassion lesson. It was a typical hectic wet spring Saturday, and I was driving to a local department store in search of a baby shower gift for my daughter. She was having my first grandchild. I told my husband I would only be gone a short while because I kind of knew what I wanted to buy. As most rainy spring Saturdays would have it, the traffic was heavy and everyone seemed to be in a hurry. As I was leaving Babies R Us and scampered across the parking lot to my car, I noticed a large brown duck circling the sewer grid. As I approached the duck, she came waddling up to me, frantically quacking. As soon as she had my attention, she turned and waddled back to the sewer grid. As I looked down into the sewer, I counted 11 tiny yellow ducklings. I thought for a moment, saying out loud, that I was very late and very wet and there was nothing I could do. Besides, the sewer grid was much too heavy for me to move. Even out loud, no excuse sounded good enough. I knew I couldn't leave. This was a mother duck and her ducklings were in trouble, and she came to me for help. As I stood there helpless, other people approached to see why I was standing in a parking lot talking to a duck. She circled me relentlessly, quacking. It was quite the spectacle. Just then a young man and his pregnant wife approached me, and I began explaining the situation. Without coaxing, the young man took action. He carefully lifted off the grate and went in after the ducklings. One by one, he lifted them to me. An employee from a nearby store came out with a box, and we began filling the box with the little quackers. 7 ducklings filled the box, and the young man assumed his rescue feat was completed. As he returned the sewer grid and turned to me, he saw the sadness in my face. I knew in my heart that I had counted 11 ducks. 4 were still lost. By now, a small crowd had gathered to watch the rescue. With 7 ducklings in the box, I set the box on the ground and moved away. The mother duck cautiously entered the box of quackers and quieted them down. A couple from the crowd volunteered to take the box to a nearby pond. When they tried to pick up the box, the mother duck flew from the box in a noisy fright. Again, the employee from the nearby store ran through the rain with a top for the box. As the mother duck settled down the second time in the box of quackers, I quickly placed the cover on top. Although the mother duck protested, the couple put the box in their car and set off towards the pond. Everyone seemed happy, applauding everyone's efforts, and then left. But I couldn't. There were still 4 more baby ducks to be found. I stood quietly listening and worrying. They were baby ducks. A half hour had passed as I stood the rainy vigil for no sounds from the sewer except for gushing water. 2 new people came by to ask me why I was standing near the sewer staring down. I explained what happened and that 4 ducklings were still missing. The woman and her daughter then lifted the grate, and suddenly we heard the low quacks of the ducklings calling for their mother over the gushing water. The man with his pregnant wife came to the rescue again, this time armed with a flashlight. He smiled at me and said, 4 more, huh? He disappeared again into the sewer drain and was gone for several minutes. The rain had picked up and the sewer was again being filled with water. The pregnant woman began to openly worry about her husband being in the sewer and how wet he would be. Suddenly his head popped out of the sewer drain, followed by a huge smile. In his jacket were 4 ducklings quacking their heads off. We covered the sewer drain and got into our cars. He waited until we lined up to follow him in his truck to the nearby pond where the mother duck and the other ducklings had been released. With lights on high beam and windshield wipers flapping, as though in a parade, we approached the pond. Standing near the water, the quacking of the fuller stragglers brought the mother duck and her brood to the shoreline to be reunited. My heart was singing and everyone was smiling like we had all just won the $1 million lottery. story. I didn't ask for any of the rescuers' names or what made them want to get involved with saving 11 tiny ducklings on a very wet, busy Saturday in spring. I only know I felt as though the mother duck and God were counting on us. When I finally arrived home, dripping wet, my husband looked at me with some annoyance, saying, "Where were you for so long?" I just smiled and said, "Someone quite small reminded me just how precious life is, and that the love that bonds mothers and their offsprings. So you can just stop your quacking."
Make yourself comfortable in your seat and close your eyes. Take in a deep breath, and as you breathe out, feel your body begin to relax. Please breathe in and out through your nose, if at all possible. With every breath, you are feeling more and more relaxed. Take in one more full, deep breath and let your shoulders drop. Let your face relax, your teeth part, and feel more and more at ease. Now, I am inviting you to listen to the sound of the tick, tick of the metronome. With every tick, 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 you are becoming more and more relaxed. Let your mind just drift on the sound of tick, tick, tick. Feel your mind become clear and free and light as you just listen to the tick, tick, tick of the metronome. Just let go. Enjoy the sound. Clear your mind of all thoughts and just listen. Just listen. Relax and let go and be clear, light and free. Now, when you are ready, take in a deep breath, and as you breathe out, have a gentle stretch, whatever feels comfortable for you right now. You are feeling confident, energized, light and free, deeply relaxed and ready to enjoy a wonderful day.